And good morning, Man Hour Nation. Happy Thursday, March 14th, 2024. Second day of the NFL season. We got, are we in or are we out Thursday? Are we in on some things or are we out some things? Fans in New York are mad at Barkley. Joe Flacco signs with the Indianapolis Colts. Washington Commanders making some strong pushes. Raiders fans, of course they're mad. When are they not mad? But first, and now, Mike's thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, this is the time of the year that there are a lot of proposals, some rule proposal change in the NFL. Of course, we have our draft coming up, but usually in about the month of May, June, there's a lot of new rule changes or rule proposals. But in the last few days, there's been several rule changes brought up by several teams. Some of them wanted to push back the trade deadline to like week 9, week 10. Some of them want to add a third coaching challenge if you win the first two. That kind of makes sense. But one of the most intriguing to me is the onside kick. Now, the onside kick has been kind of a topic of choice the last couple years. Now, we are all about player safety here on the Man Hour NFL Talk. We understand that you have to go out there and play a safe game so more kids get introduced to the games. Parents are scared that their kids for CET, concussions, and like all that stuff. So I understand why the changes of the onside kick has been made. But the Philadelphia Eagles have proposed, again, that we do a 4th and 20 from the 20-yard line for a onside kick. So instead of lining up for an onside kick that was only recovered 2 out of 41 times last season, let's give the offense the ball 4th and 20 from their 20-yard line. If they can get 20 yards, they get the ball back, and bada bing, bada boom, it's 1st and 10 from wherever they get the ball back, whether it be the 40, the 50, the other 40, wherever they get it, bada bing, bada boom, you get the ball back. What do you guys think about that? I think this is very, very intriguing. Intriguing because of the emotional swing that it can have one way or the other. Let's say a team like the Philadelphia Eagles, down by 6. They do a 4th and 20. They get the first down. They get the ball back. They're at the 50. 30 seconds left. All of a sudden, the defense is back on their heels. All of a sudden, you only got to go 20 more yards for a field goal. All of a sudden, this could be a game-winning drive, all because of the change of the onside kick. It makes it makes it a lot more intriguing for sure. But let me know, what do you guys think? Should the NFL change the onside kick rule? I'm all for it. Cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
Yeah, hey, let's go. Hitting that gridiron, we going hard, we running the plays. You know the vibe, only the strong survive. Gotta keep your head in the game. Talking NFL, uncut, straight raw. Steady bringing that sauce. We about to take off, get it hype. This Man Hour Sport Talk. Yeah, from the quarterback to the lineman, everybody bringing heat. You don't really wanna try them. Hey, who gon' win? It's a battle of the giants. This show is the flyest. Nobody can deny it. This is Man Hour.
Yeah.
Sport Talk.
Yeah.
Man Hour.
What?
Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception? This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception? Let's go.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckhouse with the Man Hour. Head over to NFLtoday.co. Check out the merchandise page. Check out the blog section. Check out the forums. Check out all the news that's happening over there at NFLtoday.co. Spent a lot of time, spent a lot of energy building that website from the ground up. Learned a lot of new things. Learned some things that I do like, things that I don't like. But guys, head over there and check it out. I'm getting ready to optimize the phone version of it here in the next week or two. It takes time. But if you're on a computer, I mean, it still works on your phone, but I just don't like it on the phone yet. But if you guys would be most inclined, head over to NFLtoday.co, check it out, give me some feedback. What do you like? What do you dislike? What do you think I should add? What do you think I should take out? Let me know. Let me know. But also, guys, this is a live interactive show. Feel free to comment down below, and comments are encouraged. Talk your stuff down there, talk your shit, but be ready to defend yourself, because this is live, raw, and uncut. Also, become a Pigskin Pundit today. Click on the link below. You get some merch, you get some after-hours footage, you get a lot of extra perks that the normal pundits in the trolls section doesn't get. But let's go ahead and address some comments. Let's welcome some people into the show here. We got my man John Peoples in the chat. He says, go ahead and put a dress on him too. John says, you know what? I like the old school NFL. I liked it when Lawrence Taylor came over and clotheslined Terry Bradshaw across the top of the head and took out his dome piece. Bring back the 1970s. We don't need no damn safety rules. But good morning to you, John. Good morning to you. James says just about anything would be better than the current onside kick rule. Yes, the current... I understand, like I said, James, I understand the safety aspect. I want my kids to play in the football realm for a very, very long time. I think they have an opportunity to be great at what they do. And I want them to be safe, and I want them to live a long, longevous life. But yes, the current onside kick rule is terrible. What was it? What was it? Like 2 for 41 successful onside kicks last season. It's just absolutely terrible. Like it pretty much just says, hey, good luck. You have a better shot of winning the lottery, right? I mean, like, I don't know. It is what it is. We got Caroline in the chat. Good morning, Man Hour Nation. She says good morning to you, Caroline, as well. Caroline is suffering, guys. Give Caroline some love. Her Denver Broncos are just, it is what it is. John says, pucking a Man Hour morning. John is a Pigskin Pundit, so he can use the P word anytime he wants to. Anytime you put a P in front of a word, it makes it A-okay. No matter if it's a pucking, whether it's a puck, whether it's peeing, you can put P in front of any word, and it is the most magical world in the world. But guys, it is a show that we have lined up for you today. It is a show. We're going to give you the best show that we can, and we're going to be all in or all out on the Washington Commanders. Are we all in or all out on that? Joe Flacco. Signs with the Colts. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And fans in New York are not happy with Saquon Barkley. They are not happy with him whatsoever. But you know, some more fans that are not happy? Some more fans that are not happy out there are the Las Vegas Raiders fans. Las Vegas Raiders fans are mad. Raiders fans are so mad that they're saying, bring back Josh Jacobs. As you guys know by now, the Las Vegas Raiders have released such players as Jimmy G and Hunter Renfrow to save about $19 to $20 million a season. The fans are upset. They're saying, why didn't you release these two guys a couple days ago? We could have kept Josh Jacobs. We could have used that money to pay Josh Jacobs and kept him around. Guys, let's flash back to last season. Josh Jacobs sat about 3 or 4 games last season because he didn't want to be around y'all. He didn't want to be around y'all. Yes, I know he wanted to get paid. I get it. But he's like, you know what? I'm not going to play. Now, he ultimately did have 805 yards last season, 6 touchdowns, 3.5 yards per carry. But the truth of the matter is that Josh Jacobs wanted out of Las Vegas. The truth of the matter is Josh Jacobs wanted out of the black and silver. The truth of the matter is that Josh Jacobs did not want to play for Antonio Pierce. Let's call a spade a spade. He didn't want to play for him. But when I see all these fans saying, oh, you could have used that money to pay Josh Jacobs, weren't these the same fans, John, Jim, you Raider lovers, you? Weren't you guys the same people as saying, oh, Jameer White can carry the load. Amir Abdullah can carry the load. We don't need Josh Jacobs. Where's that energy at now? The truth of the matter is Josh Jacobs wanted out. You could offer him the bank and a cat, and he'd be like, Green Bay looks nice. Kansas City looks nice. Chicago looks nice. Anywhere but Vegas looks nice. Also, guys, the Raiders just suck. Let's just call it how it is. The Raiders just are in shambles right now. Yes, their defense did get better. Signed in Kristen Wilkes, right? Very good addition. $94 million. The man got paid. Let's look at the offensive side of the ball. Gardner Minshew is possibly your starting quarterback. Yes, you still have Devontae Adams. Cool. What has he done for you lately? Nothing. And I was looking at the old line rankings because I was like, well, maybe the offensive line just sucks, and that's why Josh Jacobs wants out. The offensive line was ranked in the top 10 as of week 16 in 2023. I don't know how they rank the offensive line, but it's probably sacks and pressures and like all that stuff that I don't have time to look up or care to look up. But the truth of the matter is just Josh Jacobs just wanted out. So Raiders fans, John, Jim, whoever else is a Raider fan out there, stop with this Josh Jacobs. I'll bring him back. We could have paid him $19 million. We released Jimmy G and Hunter Renfrow. But when he did sign with the Packers, you're like, oh, Jameer White can handle the load. Amir Abdullah can handle the road. We don't even need Josh Jacobs, but now all of a sudden you need him because there's $19 million of cap space to play with. Where's that energy? Where's that energy? Let's jump in the comments and see what people have to say about this morning. Tiki Barkley said, yeah, we'll definitely be talking about that. Understatement of the millennium, saying that the Raiders suck. No, what are you referring to, John? Let me know. And John said, no, I said he can carry the ball. They had to bring back Abdullah because Zamir can't catch. So you're saying that those two guys can still carry the load without Josh Jacobs or take over Josh Jacobs? I mean, same thing. Same thing. James Shameless in the chat. Good morning, James. He says Raiders, the new Browns. No matter what they'll do, they'll turn into a steam pile of crap. Listen, the Cleveland Browns were a terrible team for a long time. I actually, a buddy of mine here in Louisville is a Cleveland Browns fan. Through and through, he's been Cleveland Browns through the darkest days and the brightest days. He has a t-shirt of every starting quarterback from 2000 or 1999. Luckily, my man's like 6'7", because that list is like 30 quarterbacks long. The Browns were so bad. The Raiders are getting up there now. Raiders are getting up there. Sorry, guys. It's like it is what it is. Like the Raiders are just a bad team. But breaking news that came across the landscape here. We were 2 hours into the new NFL season, came about 5-6 o'clock last night, sitting over there, and we all expected just the easy breezy day. We were expecting Calvin Ridley to sign with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Maybe the New England Patriots could have come out there and made a somewhat of a decent push. Hey, we'll match that deal. We'll give you an extra year. We'll give you something. But out of left field, out of the nosebleed section, out of the who's your daddy rookie, I'm going to warm up this arm and fling the ball 500 feet into the catcher and tag the runner out. The Tennessee Titans shocked the world by signing Calvin Ridley to a 4-year, $92 million deal. 4 years, $92 million for a player that has played 18 games in 4 seasons? 30 years old. But the Jacksonville Jaguars got snubbed, y'all. Jacksonville Jaguars got bent over and said, who's your daddy? I'm your daddy because I did this to your mama. We spoke on it yesterday about how the AFC South is still going to be pretty tight, right? Guess what? I think quickly the Jacksonville Jaguars became the worst team in the AFC South. By losing out on Calvin Ridley, signing Gabe Davis, which is going to be your number one receiver now, unless you go in the draft and find somebody. I don't know what they're going to do. But the point of the matter is the Tennessee Titans guys got a hell of a lot better by signing this one guy. By signing this one guy, look what happened to the Tennessee Titans. I had my notes. Where'd my notes go? But the Tennessee Titans now have Calvin Ridley, T-Josh Spears, Tony Pollard, D-Hop, right? Will Levis. Oh, by the way, didn't they just sign Mason Rudolph as well? Like, guys, the Tennessee Titans quietly became really, really good in the last 3 days. Yes, they did release or let King Henry walk. Brought in Tony Pollard. Yes, they did let A.J. Brown walk at 25 years old 4 years ago, right? Braden Calvin Ridley. It's a new regime, new general manager, new head coach. If I'm a Tennessee Titans fan right now, I would be excited. I would be very, very excited if I'm a Tennessee Titans fan right now. You add Calvin Ridley. You add Mason Rudolph, which is, he's not a terrible quarterback. He's a good stopgap guy. If Will Levis happens to flutter, I think Will Levis is going to be the man, the myth, the legend over there. But, guys, the Titans are pretty good. Titans are pretty good. Pretty good. Let me ask you guys this question. Does this all of a sudden make the Titans the front runners? We keep going with all these front runners going back and forth. The Texans are the front runners. The Colts are the front runners. The Titans might be the front runners now. Titans might be the front runners now, boys. Oh, shoot. But, guys, it is Thursday, and we got to decide if we are in, if we are out. We are introducing a new segment here on the Man Hour called Win or Out. Basically, what it means is we're going to go put a comment out there, and we are going to be in on this comment, all gas, no brakes, or we're going to be out. Like, slow it down, baby. Play along in the comments below, guys. Are we in or are we out? But let's go ahead and start with the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders had the most cap space this offseason of over $80 million. They have made some big signings. They signed Bobby Wagner. They signed Armstrong. They signed Devontae Flowers. They picked up Marcus Mariota. Oh, by the way, they still had the second overall pick. The Washington Commanders have a new head coach. Mr. Cool himself, hat turned backwards, pants to the back, Dan Quinn. He does have head coaching experience. He does have Super Bowl experience in 2016. New England Patriots remember that Super Bowl very, very well. 28-3. That is all we got to say right there. But with the acquisitions, this free agency, the draft pick of the second overall pick, guys, are we in or are we out of the Washington Commanders making a playoff push in 2024? When I say a playoff push, making the playoffs. Are they going to make the playoffs in 2024? Let's flash back to just a couple years ago, guys. In 2022, the Washington Commanders were 8-1. They were a pretty good team. They had some quarterback issues, an injury actually. Taylor Heinicke actually came in. Wasn't that the year that they played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the playoffs, right? And Taylor Heinicke really battled Tom Brady till the very, 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 very end. They were a pretty good team. In 2020, 2023, we're like, oh, this team might be something. A lot of things happened. They ended up going 4-13. Played well at times, took the Eagles into overtime, battled the Cowboys, but then they get blown out by like the Buffalo Bills. It was a very up and down season, but still pretty good team. Ron Rivera is now gone. Riverboat Ron is gone. I just think he was just happy to be a head coach. He really didn't have that it factor in him anymore per se. Signed Dan Quinn to bring the head coach. People seem to love them some Dan Quinn. On the additions of Bobby Wagner, Armstrong, Devontae Flower, Marcus Mariota. They still have Scary Terry. They still have Dobson. They picked up Zach Ertz and Austin Eckler in this offseason. And then we look at their schedule. They do play the Titans this season. Are they going to be a better team? Should be. The Bears, who knows? Cardinals, bad. They do play the AFC North, so that's the Browns, Bengals, Steelers, and Ravens. And then they play the NFC South as well, which is the Bucks, Saints, Falcons, and Panthers. Schedule doesn't seem very easy. So are we in or are we out that the Washington Commanders are making a playoff push in 2020 or 24? Not knowing who the number 2 overall pick is, basing on what I see their roster in front of me right now, Sam Howell is the starting quarterback. Potentially Marcus Mariota might come up and take the spot. I don't know. Not sold on Marcus Mariota. He's a good backup quarterback. No starter by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm out. I am out. I just don't see the Washington Commanders putting together a string of games to beat the Eagles, to beat the Cowboys, to beat the Bucks, the Saints, right? The Titans, the Bears. They actually have a pretty tough schedule. The AFC North, pretty damn good. NFC South, getting better. I see another 6-win season, unfortunately. Let's look at the comments. Let's see what people are saying over there in the comments. Caroline is all about her boy Justin Simmons. She says, I was hoping Justin Simmons would have got signed last night, but nope. Gonna have to wait for it to get again. Day 4. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. Probably be waiting until after the draft for Justin Simmons. James says he is out. Watch the Commanders playoff push. I'm out. I'm out, says James. John says, I'm out. Caroline, I'm out. Everybody's out on the Commanders. They made some decent moves. If it was 5 years ago, Bobby Wagner, like 36 years old. Devontae Flower, like 35 years old. Marcus Mariota has been bouncing around teams forever. I mean, those are good names 5 years ago. Zach Ertz, Austin Eckler. I mean, they're trying. They are trying. It's just not working out for them. No love for the Commanders. Yeah, unfortunately, there is no love for Washington today, and sorry, it is what it is. The next one: are we in or are we out? Day 1 of the new NFL season kind of took us all a surprise. Obviously, Calvin Ridley did get signed, but one of the most eyebrow-raising signings came in Indianapolis, Indiana. Mr. 39-year-old quarterback himself, Joe Flacco, signed a 1-year deal with the Colts. Obviously, he should be projected to be the backup quarterback, not in there to take Anthony Richardson's spot, but you never know. You never know, right? But Joe Flacco did have a great 4 games last season in the month of December. He did have a very, very good December, January stretch, right? He lost his first game to the LA Rams, but he did throw for 254 yards, 23 for 44, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Turns out to be a very, very good LA Rams team, right? And then they did win the next 4 games in a row over the Jaguars, over the Bears, over the Texans, and over the Jets. And those 5 games total through his 2023 NFL season, he did throw for 1,616 yards, 13 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. I do remember at one point I saw a stat where he had more touchdowns in the month of December than the Jets, Giants, and like Broncos. It was just something stupid. They did end up losing to the Texans in the playoffs. However, he did play somewhat okay. He did throw for 307 yards, 34 for 46 to 1 touchdown to 2 interceptions. He was sacked 4 times. So, guys, are we in or are we out on this signing by the Indianapolis Colts? There is a reason, guys, why Joe Flacco was on his couch till the month of December. There is a reason why Joe Flacco was passed on many, many teams that had quarterback injuries. Only 4 teams in the NFL did not start their starting quarterback at least one game. The Browns were on, their fourth quarterback at this particular point. Guys, Joe Flacco was a good stopgap guy. Joe Flacco made exciting in Cleveland for the month of December. Joe Flacco did lead the Browns to the playoffs, which is surprising, right? However, look at the teams that he did beat, I should say. He beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, a non-playoff team. He beat the Chicago Bears, a non-playoff team. He did beat a playoff team in the Houston Texans. Well, guess what? C.J. Stroud did not play that game. Shorthanded, per se. Then he beat the Jets. Oh, the mighty, mighty Jets. He did have a good 5-game stretch. I will give him that. You cannot take that away. 1,600 yards in 5 games. Congratulations. He's 39 years old. He is now on, his 6th team. Ravens, Broncos, Jets, Browns, and now the Colts. 15. There's a reason why he's bouncing around. He's probably going to be cut come training camp. There's going to be somebody better come along. I'm out on the signing. I'm out on the signing. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit because the minute Anthony Richardson starts to struggle, has a bad game, throws 3 interceptions, lose 2-3 games in a row, people are going to be like, well, why don't you put Joe Flacco in there? Why don't you put Joe Flacco in there? Let's put Joe Flacco in there. Now, Indianapolis is a little bit more understanding fan base, and they definitely back their guys on 100%. If this was Philly or Vegas or Dallas, it'd be a different story. But I'm out. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. John says, Joe Flacco is a backup all day unless Richardson gets hurt. Very good possibility, right? The way Anthony Richardson plays, he is a injury-prone type of guy. That's just the way it is. James says, I'll never underestimate Flacco again. Why? Because he had a good game against a terrible Jaguars team, because he had a good game against a bad Bears team, because he had a good game against a horrible New York Jets team. Even when he beat the Texans, they barely beat him without C.J. Stroud, played them 2 weeks later, got their asses whooped like 42-12. I've never been in on Joe Flacco. I've never liked him. I never thought he was the guy that they paid him to be. Caroline says she likes him. She's in on it. She likes the signing of Joe Flacco to Indianapolis. Huh. Okay. Johns is out. John's out. Junis is Howard in the chat. What's up, Junis? He's in. He loves him from Joe Flacco. I'm in on it. I'm in. Let me ask you this question. For Caroline and Junis, the people that are in on Joe Flacco going to the Indianapolis Colts, why are you in on this? Is it because of what John said, of the potential injury risk for Anthony Richardson? I mean, obviously you need a backup quarterback, but a 39-year-old Joe Flacco that is a complete different playing style than your boy Anthony Richardson? I feel like when you bring in a backup quarterback, it kind of needs to match the play somewhat of your starting quarterback. I mean, obviously he's not going to be as good, but there's a reason why Tyler Huntley, I said, was better for the Baltimore Ravens at the time, 3 years ago, than Lamar Jackson, because they had the same exact kind of set of skills, but Tyler Huntley just had a little bit better throwing skills at that particular time. When you look at Deshaun Watson, Dorian Thompson, right? The reason why he was such a prolific backer was because he pretty much had the same skill set as a Deshaun Watson. Obviously not as good, but the same skill set. Like, you have to kind of match your things together. Like, you can have different color M&Ms, but I'm going to put my red and my brown one two together because they kind of look alike, right? I mean, that's kind of what you need to do. John says you need to see a doctor for that LSDS Las Vegas derangement syndrome. Still salty from Christmas. Not salty for Christmas. Joe Flacco, I don't think you signed a $9 million guy to be an emergency backup, Junis. I believe it was a 1 year, $9 million deal that Joe Flacco signed. That is a backup quarterback type of money. That's not an emergency quarterback. That's a backup quarterback. Why do you guys like him there? Is it the veteran leadership? Is it because of the nice 5-game stretch that he had in December against bad teams? Why do you like him going to Indianapolis? Caroline says it's the potential of Richards getting hurt, getting injured. He'd be a good backup to me. He would be a good backup to a player like Patrick Mahomes, Jordan Love, maybe Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott. I don't see the styles of Anthony Richardson, which is a scramble around, I'm going to extend the pocket left and right, to a pocket quarterback. It for me as a play caller, I don't want to have to adjust my whole play calling scheme, what I built all off season for this quarterback, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, we have this guy that I can run RPOs with, roll to the left, roll to the right. Now I got a 7-back, drop back quarterback. It's tough. It's tough. Moving on. Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley, guys, is enemy number one in New York right now. Many people, many Giants fans are very, very, very upset that Saquon Barkley is now an arch rival in the Philadelphia Eagles running back field. Many people are calling him a loser, a traitor, you're dead to me, you're this, you're that. Tiki Barber said, I believe, and I quote, you are dead to me, Saquon. New York will never love you again. Guys, are we in or are we out about the fans being so upset with Saquon Barkley? I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I am out. I am out, and I think these fans are way out of bounds about this, 100%. 100% the fans are out of bounds. Saquon Barkley did not get paid last season. Had a great season. Saquon Barkley has been the workhorse for the New York Giants for his 5 years that he has been in the NFL. The point of the matter is you should not be upset with Saquon Barkley. Joe Schoen is the person you should be hating. The general manager for the New York Giants is the person you should be hating. This is the man that did not want to pay Saquon Barkley. This is the man that wanted to give Saquon Barkley like a $3 million deal. This is the man that said, you know what, Saquon Barkley, go test free agency. See what's out there. See if somebody's going to pay you. Because I'm not. I'm going to pay Daniel Jones. The general manager is the person you should be upset, Giants fans. Joe Schoen is the person you should be hating. Joe Schoen is the person you should be calling a traitor. Joe Schoen is the person you say you are dead to me. How can you fault Saquon Barkley from walking away from a team that didn't want him? Now all of a sudden that he's a Philadelphia Eagle and got paid? Now all of a sudden he's enemy number one? Now you want to pay him? It is just like a girlfriend, right? Girlfriend doesn't want you. You walk away. You find somebody, and now all of a sudden, oh, I love you, I miss you. They just don't want you to be happy. That's what it comes down to. They don't want you to be happy. Giants fans, you need to chill out. Slow it down, baby. Tiki Barbie, shut your damn mouth. You're dead to me. What? What? It's a business at the end of the day. Yes, I understand that Saquon Barkley was the face of the New York Giants for many, many years. Saquon Barkley flat out said that I want to retire a New York Giant. Was it all face? Could have been. But he said all the right things. He took a pay cut to play for you guys last season. A little smack in the face. Here's $9 million. Take it and shut up. He performed. Without Saquon Barkley last year, guys, you got to win the first overall pick. Then what? Then Daniel Jones goes to, I don't know, the Washington Commanders, and you guys draft Caleb Williams. Like, is Daniel Jones dead to you? The only reason why Saquon Barkley is dead to you is because there's nobody else out there better. The reason why the New York Giants fans are upset is because Saquon Barkley walked and the Giants didn't bring anybody else in. They are gearing their frustration to a player that had nothing to do with anything. Joe Schoen is the reason. The general manager is the reason why Saquon Barkley is not in the New York Giants blue and red right now. That's where your anger should be. I'm out on this. I'm out. Let's go ahead and jump up in the chat here. I missed a lot of chats here. Sorry about that, guys. I guess I didn't scroll down. James will go back to the Flacco thing here. James says Flacco was great as a Ravens until Alonzo smoked him. That Hendry took him a couple years to heal from, right? Jim Powell in the show. What's up, Jim? Pigskin pundit. John is right. Homer. Just kidding. I'm in Portland. I'll be back tomorrow to let you know how long you are. Be safe out there, Jim. Caroline says, yes, let's talk about Saquon Barkley. He's gotten way too much hate. I love what he did. Listen, I don't care if he went to the Dallas Cowboys. I don't care if he went to whatever team. Let's put it in perspective as a fan of mine. Like, I am a passive Dallas Cowboys fan. I will admit it. I have my Micah Parsons jerseys hanging up right over there. When the Dallas Cowboys cut Zeke Elliott, if Zeke would have went to the Philadelphia Eagles, would have been like, oh, Zeke, you're dead to me. You're dead. No. The Dallas Cowboys cut him. They no longer wanted him on the roster. If my man wants to work, if my man wants to get paid, go get your money, big dog. Come on, man. Oh, Caroline says out. I am all the way out. I'm not even touching the flame. I'm not even getting caught. I'm freezing over here in 32-degree weather. There's a nice big warm fire. I'm standing far away from that, she says. I don't even want it. John says he's out. Grow up, Tiki, half-assed running back. I mean, let's look at Tiki Barber. Beyond his couple years with the Giants, his couple good years with the Giants, like he was just a subpar running back. Does he have any face to talk about this? I mean, it's not like it's Eli Manning saying it or Lawrence Taylor saying it, or I feel like Tiki Barber's not the right person to be like, oh, you're dead to New York Giants fans. Like, James says he is out as well. I hate fans that act like this. I do as well. I hate the fans that are like so invested that they're willing to like destroy everything they built up. Like the Cowboys fans, 49ers fans, when they're throwing chairs at their TVs and punching them and stuff like that. Like, why? That's an $800 TV. I mean, if you just have $800 just laying around to go buy a new TV just because your team lost, I could use I could use a hamburger. Like, damn, y'all, shit. Arthur Brown's in the chat. What's up, Arthur Brown? He says, I'm out on the fact that New York needs to tuck on and move on. They used and abused him. Now you got to face him twice. I mean, that's the life of a running back. You get used and abused for 5-6 years, and then you let him walk. You never sign a running back to a long-term deal. Never. Never, ever, ever. Zeke Elliott, prime example number one. But if I'm a fantasy owner, I am picking up Saquon Barkley and playing him every time he plays the Giants now. Arthur Brown says he got the last laugh. John says facts on that one. Facts. Caroline says, but Saquon Barkley deserves to be with a team where he doesn't have to do all the work for them. You see, that is where the average fan, such as all of us, view that as. Like, Saquon Barkley was carrying the load. He, like, just like without the Giants, he wouldn't be nothing, whatever, right? Running backs like that. If you are a running back, the reason why you are a running back is because you want to be the workhorse. You want to get the ball. You want to get the ladies. You want to get to the pay dirt. I'm sure Saquon Barkley loved his time in New York because every time he didn't play, the Giants sucked. When he got in there, they played pretty well. Running backs love that. That is why Pee-wee kids, high school kids, college kids want to be the running back. There are two positions that you want to be when you're little. You want to be the quarterback or you want to be the running back because you know you're going to get the ball a lot of the time. I don't know. Junis is out. Without a QB, they cannot have not won with Barkley. We'll see how good Daniel Jones is, right? We'll see how good he is. James Shalen, Tiki Barbo, the fumbling machine. No lies detected, says John. No lies detected. All right, guys, so that is going to be it for today's show. I kind of, last minute, I'm like, hey, let's do a show. But it is what it is. About 45 minutes? Hey, something is better than nothing, right? But, guys, this has been live, raw, uncut NFL talk. See you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. East Coast time. We're going to be diving deep into the Dallas Cowboys. Why have they not made any moves? Why have the Dallas Cowboys kind of just been sitting on their thumbs saying, you know what, free agency is nice, right? I mean, they did make one signing, bring back Frederson, right? They did sign a linebacker, but we're going to dive deep into the Dallas Cowboys. Also, we're going to dive deep into the Miami Dolphins. They secretly got a lot better. Addition by subtraction. That's all you got to say. See you guys tomorrow same place, 10 a.m. East Coast time. This is live, raw, uncut sports talk. Become a participant, comment below. Click on the link below. See you tomorrow. We out.